What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns going over the latest Mafia 3 trailer, Combat in New Bordeaux. And if you want to check out all my trailer breakdowns, inside look breakdowns, New Bordeaux Tribune articles, Lincoln Clay case files, anything, everything Mafia 3 can be found in my Mafia playlist. So let's get to it, shall we? This is Tape 4, Combat in New Bordeaux. Obviously part of an ongoing series. Tape 1 was about the districts, Tape 2 rackets, Tape 3 weaponry. Once again, all of which can be found in my Mafia Info playlist. So this starts just like all the other videos with the U.S. Senate Select Committee of Intelligence basically grilling CIA agent John Donovan, who is getting a little salty, it appears. You know, he's getting a little tired of having to listen to these politicians yap about this and that, grilling him about every little thing, acting like they're better than anybody else, right? Typical of politicians. So anyways, the Senate's grilling Donovan about reports of mob safe houses being attacked by entire hit squads and individuals, as well as entire operations simply vanishing. And here's another poor soul that vanished into a couple pieces on the riverboat. I believe this is the state senator that's in Marcano's pocket, because after this scene, you see this scene with this newspaper article about no witnesses to the murder and who's behind this brutal attack. And of course, it mentions State Senator Jacobs, who I believe is this guy. So, one good politician, right? A dead one. All right, so continuing. We have several screenshots that I will show off throughout this breakdown video as well. I may not mention anything in the video because a lot of it's stuff that we've kind of seen here and there. There's really nothing new in the videos per se. But anyways, continuing, the Senate continues to give Donovan a hard time, talking about how one soldier, no matter how skilled, simply is not. And then, of course, Donovan gets pissed and he's like, "Enough, Senator. It's like you people haven't heard a word I said." And that's absolutely true. That's typical of politicians. They don't really listen to us. And of course, he goes on to say how Lincoln played it smart always. And you see them together planning out their next move, Donovan and Lincoln. Now, there are several options, as I've mentioned in previous videos, that you're going to be able to approach missions in as Lincoln Clay. First off is the silent type. You know, going in all stealth-like in order to neutralize your foes. Take them down and get control of a joint or a racket or a district. You can go about it that way. And, of course, bashing this fool in the face. Why waste the bullet on him, right? And then taking that motherfucker out, and that one too, with his trusty knife. Sneaky on this poor chap, and more sneaky being all Assassin's Creed-like. I just love seeing these scenes. Just Lincoln just beating the shit out of people, smacking them with a rifle, pistol whipping them, stabbing them, and of course, continuing. Donovan talks about how Lincoln actually left a few of them breathing to have a chat with them later on. And yeah, this poor guy, I feel kind of bad for him because he has Cassandra over there with her knife. Lincoln walks in, he's looking up all beat up and shit. And Lincoln, Lincoln's like, "Hey, you better start talking unless you want to get really intimate with this knife of ours." Of course, you have Cassandra over here just watching Lincoln go to work. And then there, I guess Lincoln's doing something of interest because, like, Cassandra's like, "Damn, I don't want to be on Lincoln's bad side." Okay, so back to the Senate committee. Let's see. Donovan continues to talk about how the biggest weapon isn't worth a damn if the other guy can take it away from you before you even know he's there. So, once again, Lincoln has the ability to go in stealthy, to sneak in on his opponents, but at the same time, that's not his only option, and that won't be your only option either. If you want, you can go in trading blows, making examples out of a few guys. And according to Donovan, no one did public and brutal like Lincoln Clay. And of course, the last place you would want to be is in a fist fight with Lincoln Clay. Because no matter how hard you hit him, he never stopped moving forward. And of course, muscle alone doesn't make you ruthless. You have to bite and claw and scrape and do what no one else will do in order to stay alive. And Lincoln is definitely going to be able to do all that and more in order to take down the Marcano crime family. Okay, so then, like halfway through the video, it chimes in with an obvious older Father James. Now, I don't know what time this is set in. It could be present day. Bear in mind that the game is set in 1968, so obviously by 2016, Father James would be really old. It could also be set in the 80s, possibly the 90s, maybe. So Father James says this: imagine being trapped in a dark room and there's no way out. Every fear, every nightmare you have ever had is in that room, and there's no escape from any of it. And then, of course, Donovan goes on to discuss with the Senate how Lincoln Clay has very good sniping skills. I mean, obviously, he loves sniping. He loves sneaking up on his target, waiting, looking for weaknesses, and when the moment's right, he's going to snipe some fools. But he also doesn't mind rolling in his sweet-ass muscle car and going in all guns blazing like he's going to do right here. So, yeah, I mean, he has many options, either going in stealthy, sniping, guns blazing. Donovan continues, you've never seen shock and awe like that, gentlemen. And I guess that's where the Bush administration ends up getting shock and awe from Donovan. It's a joke. So the next thing that Donovan says is, I think, a really cool nickname for Lincoln Clay. The Olive Green Angel of Death. Yes, the Olive Green Angel of Death, because obviously he likes to wear his green army jacket. So I think that'd be kind of cool to call him that, the Olive Green Angel of Death. At least that's just me. I don't know if that's going to catch on or not. But anyways, continuing, Lincoln obviously shooting up fools in the bayou. Donovan says this, to his enemies, Lincoln was a walking nightmare. He could hurt Sal Marcano and his crew 100 different ways. One thing we do agree on, Senator, is no matter how it happened, all that matters about any fight is how it ends and who's left standing when it's over. So, yeah, I don't really think that the Sal Marcano crime family is really going to have much of a chance against Lincoln Clay. I mean, with all the combat experience he has over 4 years of serving in Vietnam, the fact that he wasn't just your average soldier, he was special forces. He was working with the CIA in the jungles of Vietnam. He learned a lot of skills, hunting, stalking, setting up explosions, distractions, sniping, being all guns blazing with a various assortment of weaponry, like this machine gun he's using to shoot up the place, and this car and this vehicle right there just got blown up in downtown New Bordeaux after, I guess, a rainy night. Yeah, obviously Lincoln Clay would probably be very used to an AK-47, taking it off the cold dead hands of a Viet Cong soldier, most likely. And then more shooting up the place, and this awesome, badass looking revolver going to be one of the many weapons at your disposal in Mafia 3. So you guys excited? We're almost a week away. Next Friday, not tomorrow, but next Friday is when Mafia 3 is arriving. And I am very much looking forward to it. It's been a long wait, but hopefully it'll be worth the wait. Of course, obviously Lincoln Clay using a rocket launcher inside the cistern. Of course, why not? And blowing up some rides in the French ward. And, of course, Lincoln Clay doing one of the things he loves to do besides beating the shit out of fools and knifing them. Sniping. It's one of his favorite pastimes. Okay, so anyways, that is the end of tape 4. Going to be continued on tape 5. Now, I believe it's a 6-parter. I could be wrong about that. Which means that either A, there's going to be a part 5 next week, or there might even be a part 5 and a part 6 next week. Because bear in mind, next Friday, October 7th, is when Mafia 3 is coming out. So, not really much time between here and then for Mafia 3 to get the last 2 tapes out before the game launches, because you like to do all the viral marketing promotion stuff before the game comes out, not after launch. So anyways, what are your thoughts regarding this latest video regarding combat in New Bordeaux? Was there anything you found of interest? Is it more or less what we already knew about Lincoln's ability to be all stealthy and sneaky and quiet, or going guns blazing? My favorite part with all these videos when it comes to Donovan is his mannerism, how he reacts to the Senate, how he's always countering them, and just his attitude in general. I kind of like it. But anyways, don't forget, I'm also doing my Mafia 2 Let's Play. Earlier today, I posted Chapter 14, which means that coming Friday morning, the finale to Mafia 2, Chapter 15. That's right, all 15 chapters will be available for you to binge watch tomorrow morning. You got 14 right now, so there's a lot of Mafia 2 video for you to go check out if you haven't done so already. Also in its very own playlist, Mafia 2 playlist, which is linked up in the top right-hand corner, just like with the Mafia Info playlist for your viewing pleasure. And Mafia 3 is coming next Friday, October 7th to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.